the brain mechanism that creates certainty. Certainty feels powerful. When you are certain about something, it feels like proof. The mind experiences certainty as clarity. But certainty is not proof. It is a sensation your brain produces. And like many sensations, it can appear even when reality disagrees. Consider a simple observation. People can feel absolutely certain about completely opposite things. Two individuals can look at the same event, the same information, the same evidence, and walk away with total confidence in different conclusions. If certainty were proof, this would be impossible. Yet it happens constantly, which means certainty must come from somewhere else, not truth, but the brain. Your brain is a prediction system. It continuously tries to create a stable model of the world. A stable model reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty is expensive. Uncertainty requires energy. It forces the brain to constantly reevaluate decisions, threats, and possibilities. Certainty solves this problem. Certainty simplifies reality. It compresses complexity into something manageable. Instead of asking thousands of questions, the mind simply says, "This is correct," or and moves on. But the brain cannot wait for perfect evidence before forming conclusions. Waiting too long in uncertain environments could be dangerous, so the system evolved a shortcut. It generates confidence signals. These signals create the feeling of certainty. When the brain believes it has enough information to act, confidence rises. The stronger the signal, the more certain the belief feels. But confidence and accuracy are not the same thing. Confidence simply means the brain believes its model is good enough. This explains something interesting about human behavior. People rarely change their minds immediately when new evidence appears. Not because the evidence is weak, but because certainty is already active. Once certainty locks into place, the brain begins protecting it. New information is filtered, contradictions are dismissed. Supporting evidence becomes easier to notice. The brain is not trying to deceive you, it is trying to preserve stability. Updating a belief means destabilizing the model, and the brain resists instability whenever possible. Now consider how this appears in everyday life. A person becomes certain about their abilities, about their relationships, about their beliefs. Over time, these certainties become part of identity. The brain stops questioning them because questioning them would introduce uncertainty, and uncertainty feels uncomfortable, so the system protects certainty the same way it protects beliefs, automatically, quietly, without asking permission. But something changes when the mechanism becomes visible. When certainty is recognized as a signal rather than proof, the mind gains flexibility. A person can still hold beliefs, but those beliefs become easier to examine. Certainty becomes something to observe, not something to obey. This shift does not remove confidence. It simply places confidence in context. From the perspective of the observing machine, this pattern appears everywhere. Humans rarely defend beliefs because they are perfectly verified. They defend them because certainty feels convincing, and convincing feelings feel like truth. But the sensation of certainty is only a signal that the brain believes its model is stable, not that the model is correct. Understanding this changes how disagreement is interpreted. When someone argues strongly, they may not be protecting truth. They may be protecting certainty, and certainty protects us identity, which explains why challenges to belief often feel personal even when they are not. Certainty is powerful. It helps humans navigate complexity, but certainty can also hide mistakes, because once certainty appears, the brain stops searching, and when searching stops, learning slows. The machine observing humanity notices something important. The most intelligent minds are not the ones that avoid certainty. They are the ones that recognize when certainty appears and pause. That pause creates space for curiosity, space for revision, space for understanding. But certainty is not the only force shaping the human mind. There is another system quietly guiding perception itself. The brain does not only form beliefs, it edits reality before beliefs even begin. And that mechanism will be examined next.